Welcome back, my friends, for another fun reloading video. Today we're going to be continuing with our loading of the 9mm using our Lee 356 124 truncated cone tumble lube design. We've got our Unique powder and our Unis Ginex primers. All we've got to do is add some more primers into our press here and continue onward with our loading. We'll probably do another 200 today and then see what happens from there. So let's get to it. If you're just now joining us, make sure to go back to part 1 where we talk about the actual load and all that fun stuff. But we're just gonna, once again, refill up our primer tubes here, and we're gonna jump right back in. Ooh, shortcut. Heck yeah, I've got all of them but 2. Two more than last time, but not too bad. So here's a look at our case fill if we didn't take a look in the last video. It's a fairly full case, but once we set our bullet on there, it's just barely touching the powder, which is where you want it. So we're just verifying our charges over here. You guys know I like to do a 5 or a 10 throw average since we're on the progressive press. And for 10 throws, we're looking for 49 grains. If it's a couple tenths under or over that, we should be right where we need to be. So there was our 10 throw average at 49.2, and I'll just throw that over on the beam scale to verify it. And actually this is my second group of 10 charges I was taking an average of. As you can see over here, we have our scale set to 49, and it's just barely over, so we'll call it like 49.05 or something silly, which is pretty close to what we're looking for. So I'll just dump that back in the hopper, and then we'll verify our second charge here that it's close to 49, and we'll be on to our loading. So here we are at 0. We'll go to 49, and we'll leave it there and see how close we get. It should be just barely over according to our digital scale over here. So, and yeah, we are just north of 49, which is pretty dang good. Let's get on with it and get some ammo loaded up. So for anybody unfamiliar, that nice, delicious tone we were hearing is our primer metering system saying that we're getting low. Now, we're not necessarily empty. At this point, we usually have 5 or 6 left, but it's a good indication that you are getting low and that we need to top off our primers. And just like that, we are all loaded up now with about 105 ready to go. So you'll probably see me tossing a few to the side. These are undesirable head stamps, whether they need reamed out or swaged. And even some of these blazers are really tight today. I might start throwing the blazer to the side, but what I'll do is size all those separately and prep all those and actually clean out the primer pocket and either swage or ream those, so then I can throw them in my bucket that I thought I was using in the first video. Yeah, that one was a blazer, I'll skip it. Yeah, I thought I had properly sorted and reamed them out in our first video, so that's where we were seeing some of our issues. And as I see more and more of these, problematic ones, I'm just sorting those out before I even run them through the machine. Some of these are still like super tight, or they feel like they're, okay, this one says blazer, and I think that I had, done something to it, but I'll set them aside and just make sure next time. And this next one's Winchester. Some of those have been surprising as well. So we'll see. Yeah, that one was really tight, but went right in. We'll just set that blazer aside. Here's a, he gone. Norma. These have been really tight as well, but no big deal. That one just went straight up in there like daggum, girl. Now sometimes they just slip right in. You're like, woo! That took less effort than I was expecting. But it'll be good enough for this last firing. See now, this one, Winchester, and you heard it pop. It wasn't swaged, or rather it didn't look like it was crimped, so I didn't swage it. This is a blazer. I'll set him aside. Remington, these are always good to go. I say that, and this one will probably do something silly. No, that was just beautiful. But sometimes you've also seen me turn them about 90 degrees and then I'll give them an extra push. Because why the heck not? We're not hurting anything. And just making sure it's seated concentrically. Blazer, we'll just keep you aside for now. Fiocchi, which none of them actually say Fiocchi, it says GFL. I don't know what that stands for. It's probably their parent company or something rather. But watch out for GFL. Those are also really tight. FC should be good with the Federal here. Yeah, that one seemed rather effortless as well. And now this one, it's a Star. Or rather, let's see if we can focus. Star USA. Is that Star Line USA or Arms Corps? I can't tell for some of these because usually Star Line doesn't say USA. It's just got stars with a line in it. Durr. Who'd have thought? But I've seen Arms Corps where they say AUSA with some stars. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell the origin of some of these. Here's a Norma. These have been pretty good for the most part. As far as, you know, primer pockets. And you heard that one pop, which just, you know, it seems like they're all different. I don't get it. But we seated it just fine. PPU should be good. Aguila, let's set that aside. Those have been crimped previously. Why they do this with their 9mm ammo, I have no idea. Now this one, S&B, but it looks like I reamed this one out. Let's just give it a shot. It can be our, you know, little test dummy here. Did we do enough on the S&B? Ooh, that one's tight, but I think we're in. That's what she had said, maybe? Yeah, I think that one's good. We'll just give her another little... Oh, yeah. Good to go on the S&B. And I don't know if any of this really matters to you guys. Maybe it's something to look out for. If you're doing bulk and you haven't sorted things, or you are sorting, stuff to look for. One day I might go totally full on OCD and just sort everything by head stamp. And if I know that one is good, then I can just throw all those in. Do all those all together at once and then move to the next one. This one's a gecko and it feels, ooh, a little tight here on the gecko. Yeah, we're good. A little bit of the shaving, or a little bit of a shaving, but it's actually flat. We're good here, no worries. And here's a Federal with a NATO FCNT. Watch out for those. Spear. See, this one's an arms core with the A USA. Let's see if this one gives us any fuss. It was tight, but it went right on in now. A gecko. I think the last one was tight, but we'll give it a shot anyways. Yeah. So you know that one, fairly effortless. CBC. I've been passing on those. Yes, yes. Good old Remington. Their 9mm brass has always been good to go in my experience. They're really weird looking. It looks like their heads are rounded off right around the case head, or rather on the rim. It looks like they've been rounded out. So it always looks smaller than a 9mm case if you're just looking down at the rim. Kind of weird. Maybe you've noticed that as well. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe both of those are true statements. CBC, we're going to pass on you today, brother. Okay, now this one says RP, but I lied because it looks like a normal case head. Maybe some of you know what I'm talking about. Whatever. Aguila, you're crimped. Blazer, I'm going to pass on you. PMC, this could be, let's see. Yes, yes. It was tight, but it was just mighty fine now, mighty fine. All right, back to the tasty jams. So here we are with our last 200 rounds we've produced. We'll just plunk test a couple of them here in the barrel because we haven't changed any settings on the dies at all. So I'll just do the first couple that come out. Whoopsie. And then we'll go ahead and fill up our boxes here. Isn't my brass just beautiful, nice and clean? And you can see where it gets sized. That's cute. And all of our primers are looking good for the most part. We'll be able to inspect all of them here once we're finished. But that's a nice pretty round right there, I'll tell you what. I didn't plunk that one, but I don't think that'll be the end of the world. I know some people like to do every single round they make, but while that might be important for precision rifle shooting or long distance or even your AR-15 for your pistol, if it fits, it ships. And here's, 15 in a row with no issues. So I'm pretty confident that that's a pretty good sample size in addition to the ones we've already completed. So we're good to go here. We'll get these all lined up and then inspect our primers and make sure none of them are sideways or anything like that, which I think that's more important than checking them all in your gauge. But don't let me stop you from checking all of your cases. It is an important step, but all the time may not be 100% necessary once you know you've got a good batch here in front of you. See, we've lost a primer somewhere. This is why we do this sort of thing. So I'll have to pull that and retrieve our powder, or probably just, I don't see why we would have to toss it aside, but I'm not too worried about saving 4 to 5 grains of powder. And the bullet, it'll of course get deformed, so we'll have to just melt that down and recycle it. Let's play with your OCD, guys, and just fill them in randomly. Yeah, it's working very nicely, I see. Boom! There's 100 done. We'll get to inspecting these here in just a sec, and we'll finish up with these. Wow, 199. Wow, minus this one. I'll have to pull it and see if there's powder in it, but we missed a primer there. Intriguing. Anyways, we're good to go here. And these were all of the head stamps I wanted to sort out that I either didn't ream out properly or still need to. Anyways, set those aside for now. So here's the 3 we already had loaded up, plus these 2. Oh yeah. Come on now, move on back. As you can see, we still have more we need to fill. So, of course, you're going to have to stay tuned for that. You'll also notice we're getting down. This is actually empty, and what we have in the hopper is all that we have left. But don't worry, we have another backup bottle over yonder way. I am, however, curious if we have enough bullets here, enough projectiles. And also, I'm sure some of you are wondering why I'm putting them in these rather than just say like a normal ammo can. Well, that's so you can limit your consumption, because we've consumed our components, and now we have to limit the output of the loaded rounds. So if I take 100 to the range, I'm not going to blow through 200, 300, 400 if I'm just filling up my mag willy-nilly and, you know, blasting 18 rounds at a time. So, you know, it's a good way to limit your output by only taking 100. And of course, you could also just fill up your ammo can and then have one of these that you fill up when you're going to go to the range. That's also a good strategy. But I like having these. It's fun, good stuff. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride, listening to some tunes. Found some cool classical music, so you can't go wrong with that. Anyways, I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you like this sort of content, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go and check me out over on Instagram. That's at DummyRoundOfficial on Instagram, and you can also support the channel at patreon.com/DummyRound. So thanks again, guys. Stay tuned for more, and we will see you in the next video. Have a good one.